Okay, I'd like to tell you about one more material or provider of materials, which I use often in my class, and that's ESL Library. Okay, now I probably use Espresso English materials more for a couple of reasons. One, my students tend to be intermediate to advanced, and the Espresso materials are more targeted toward that level of student. Also, the Espresso materials actually are intended for self-study, for student self-study, whereas the ESL library materials here are for, I think, more for classrooms. They're intended for teachers to print out and use in a classroom. That said, there is a place for ESL library materials. In particular, I like to use these for my students who are more at the beginner or pre-intermediate level. And also, there are good materials in here for when you want to have a lighter class, just drive some discussion and so on. So let's take a look at them first. First off, let's see, I'll move this up, and there's their website. It's just ESLlibrary.com. I believe they're out of Canada. Okay. While we're here on the site, let's just take a look. Their pricing is very reasonable. They're a subscription service, and I just checked a minute ago. They're $22 US for 3 months. And let me just scroll down here and see. And $33. This is US price for 6 months, only $55 for 12 months. So certainly reasonably priced. You can give them a try, and they're continually adding new materials. To show you the materials that they use, I think it's easier just to go onto my computer here. So we'll go to the files here, Espresso Materials, ESL. Let's go over here to ESL Library. Okay. All right. So they have lots of materials. You can see here, or maybe you can't, so I'll read. American Presidents, Basic Functional English. Okay, as I said, ESL Library has lots of materials for students who are a little bit lower level. Okay, so these would be largely dialogues. Okay, that's one of the things actually I like about their materials. There are lots of dialogues. There are lots of exercises, just worksheets if students need additional practice in a particular area, and lots of discussion materials, discussion starters, where you have like a short text, and then you'll have a vocabulary for that, and then a text, and then discussion questions. So here with Basic Functional English, in that series, you'd have asking for help, asking for permission, asking for the time, giving personal information, handling a medical emergency, blah, 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 basic stuff, okay, that you would need, for example, if you were visiting another country or moving to another country. Basic grammar sentences. So these are actually similar in design, but they're intended to cover particular grammar points. Okay, are there how much versus how much? Passive voice, things like this. Okay, and business English. That's I don't think they have the best materials for studying business English. I think you'd do better using Espresso English, or maybe Speak Business English like an American. Discussion starters, those are short. English at work, what do we have here? I forget. Okay, first day at work, placing an order, leaving a voicemail, making a phone call, etc. Okay, then there are also, you see here, everyday dialogues. There are everyday idioms. I need to probably go in and look at these again because I haven't been using them a lot here. I can't tell from these. They're just numbered. I don't know what the topics are. But they have, as you can see, a series of lessons about idioms. Famous. Now I like these. I use a lot famous people, famous places, famous things when I want to have some discussion, conversation. in a class and I want something lighter. Okay, so they have famous people. Also, by the way, biography.com is a great website to get into. But you see here like Albert Einstein, Alexander Graham Bell, Bill Clinton, oh, the Beatles, Barack Obama, Billie Holiday. A lot of politicians and musicians in here represented. And then a fun place. Students always love to talk about travel. It's one of their favorite topics. So I frequently will go in here to famous places. I use this a lot. Like if students obviously just tired and say, let's forget the grammar tonight. We'll park the grammar until next time. Let's go somewhere. Where would you like to go? So this is a good place to look. Okay, we have Disneyland, every Brazilian's favorite place. Easter Island, Eiffel Tower, Great Pyramid, Kilimanjaro, Nazca. Okay, Machu Picchu. And then famous things, which is actually kind of interesting. It's just a grab bag of different things, okay, from chewing gum to cell phones, literally. Okay. So anyway, lots of things. Again, these are ESL library materials. There are a lot that are great for just conversation, and those usually include some vocabulary in them. They're also good, as you can see, they're grammar worksheets. Let's look at those. A minute. Need to clean out a little of that. So worksheets for adjective clauses, adjective phrases, be and have, review of those. And so they'll present a little grammar lesson and then have lots and lots of exercises. Okay, so these are a good place to come. Maybe not as the principal material, which you might pull from somewhere else, or you might pull from here. But this particular series here, the grammar worksheets, are auxiliary materials for additional practice, so they're good for that. Alrighty, so that's ESL Library, another group of materials that I use, and I encourage you to come over here and take a look. You can get samples and see if you'd like to subscribe and use these materials yourself. Okay. That's it for now.